Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission.
What are you mobilizing into, or for whom are you mobilizing? You're rallying the troops, you're passionate about media and missions, you're posting all these missions quotes and challenging the church, but what are you mobilizing them to? I know you're passionate about the unreached. Who are they? Why do we need to go to them?
I'm going to answer this, but I'm going to touch on something again sensitive. Let's see how this goes.
I'm glad that you're taking a risk here, stepping out on a limb.
Yeah. All right. We always talk about mobilizing for the unreached, but I would say we do not just want to mobilize for the unreached. We want to mobilize workers to go to places to be part of his work among places that do not yet know him as king. Why do I say that? Give an example. The Karen people in Myanmar, the refugees who are along the Thai-Myanmar border, the Karen people are not unreached. All of them, or most of them, would identify themselves as Christians. But do they really know him as king, as Lord and Savior? I doubt so. They identify themselves as Christians is because they have a long history and tradition where the gospel entered into their community and they want to identify themselves as Christians rather than Buddhists. They are not unreached, but do we still need to go to them and be part of their journey of discipleship? Yes. And another example is like the Batak tribe in Indonesia. They are one of the earliest tribes that received the gospel. And almost all of them would say that they are believers Christians. I still remember just last year, I think September, October 2019, I was in Indonesia. And I was in a place highly populated by Batak people. It was a Sunday, and I was walking down the streets and I was talking to this guy. He had a alcohol bottle in one of his hands and a cigarette on the other hand. Okay. And I asked him, so are you a Muslim? You're Indonesian, because Indonesia is a Muslim nation. And I was like, no, I am a Christian.
Wow.
He was really proud of that with his cigarette. I am a Christian. And then you go on to say, I asked him, so Catholic? He was like, no, Protestant.
Wow.
And then he was alcohol and cigarette. And I asked him, so do you go to church today? No, but I am a Protestant and I am a follower and I know Martin Luther.
Well, so, at least that he's protesting something, right?
Yeah. He's part of those people who Martin Luther protested against. who are complacent, call themselves believers, Christians, but don't know what they believe in. So these groups of people are not the unreached. The Batak, if you look at Joshua Project, they are not unreached. The Karen, they are not unreached. But do we still need to go to them to disciple them? Yeah. Yes. But how do we balance the focus of going to these groups of people and to the other groups of people who have completely no access to the gospel?
Yes.
I would say that in such a scenario, I don't believe God is just calling all of us to go to places that already are categorized as rich or unreached. But I believe that he has placed upon our hearts a role that we need to play in whether to go into places of people groups which are considered rich and people groups that are considered unreached. Where Joshua Project and also IMB categorize them differently. Joshua Project, I think, categorize them as 3% and lower, and the other one 4% and lower of
total population
Bible believing.
Or something?
Yeah, within that whole population. But I would say the unreached people groups really need us, and we have a lack of workers going towards them. I'm not too sure what's the factor of us not going to them. Maybe we're afraid that they will kill us.
Yeah.
But the Thai in Thailand are all unreached.
Yeah.
But they will not kill us.
No. Generally the Thai are not known for killing outsiders, right?
Yeah, exactly.
As of recent history.
Yeah. I remember many times when I do like speaking in church or what, when I ask them to put out words that define unreached people group, few of the top words that they will put is in rural places, in villages.
Sure.
But unreached people right now are in...
Maybe like North Sentinel Island, where John Allen Chow went, right? And was killed for his faith. Yeah. Tribal.
Exactly. But a lot of people don't realize that Tokyo in Japan is unreached.
Yeah. Wow.
Japan itself is a metropolitan, but it's unreached. So we have a lot of places that are highly unreached, like even Turkey. Turkey is one of the major cities in the world. They have major cities there that are very highly developed, metropolitan cities, advanced, but all of these countries are still considered unreached. They have unreached people groups within them. So I believe that when we mobilize people to be part of what God is doing in the world, it's not just about challenging them to go, but challenging them to say that I'm going to do something to carry the gospel to places that do not yet know Him. May it be as far as Turkey or Japan or even Thailand, anyway. But I believe,
Now, I think it's very helpful that you're pointing this out. And if you pause to remember, the statistics of unreached peoples are a man-made theory or idea, right? Just because a group is considered unreached because 2% of their population, represents the Protestant Christians of that culture or people group. This is all man-made. Now, and every single individual has intrinsic value. So do you overlook then the 98% after they have been quote unquote reached with 2%, move on to the next place? I think you're touching upon a thing that, yes, everyone has a role to play. Every citizen in God's kingdom is significant.
Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join His mission. This podcast is powered by Unreached Global. Subscribe, watch, and listen on YouTube today. Visit missionspulse.com.